Yo, what's good, YouTube fam? You already know what it is, the Brown Brother. And this is I Am Young Black Man channel. As always, we create y'all peace and positivity, and most importantly, power to go by being a melanated person in America. Today, I want to make a quick video talking about tips for a young black male looking for a summer job or something of that accord. As soon as I work on the title, but something like tips and advice if you're looking for a summer job for young African American males. So please like, share, subscribe, and let's hop right into it. I believe in the power of entrepreneurship beforehand anything else. I believe in always having a side hustle, always having your hustle. Because even though you're gonna clock into that building, you look at something that I'm working at this, so I can put my name on this building. So that's for now. But I want to talk to my high school and college students, some of my younger brothers, and I want to talk about life as we currently stand. And it's good to start building on your business now, but at the same time, get you a good summer job, try to make some money, and not only invest in the hustle, but also pay bills and, of course, take care of responsibilities. So, the number one thing that I would tell you is number one, apply for multiple jobs. It's unfortunate, but a lot of times they do not hire African American males at the rate of our counterparts. It's systematic and systemic racism, and there's nothing to even hide or fear about it. It's an attack on young black males in America, and that's why I appreciate the importance, and Dr. Bush Walker appreciate the importance of entrepreneurship. So that number one thing, you must come into the mindset of hiring yourself. You dig what I'm saying? But anyway, before I get into that, I want to talk about getting a summer job and what you have to do. And number one thing I would say again is just apply for multiple jobs. You may not get the job that you want, but if you continue to work at it and continue to, do online applications, or if it's some places you know that they still do it hire in person, or the application in person or meeting in person, then by all means go do that. It's going to be a little bit more difficult, I think, for some of my younger viewers, like high school age, because a lot of times you don't have the work experience, and a lot of times whatever, so forth and so on. So your prime places will be, kind of stores, restaurants, kind of grocery store, like just multiple places that do still hire younger people and actually make that attempt to do that. As far as my college students, I would just say definitely look for something. Having some college, or even for a lot of you may be in a four-year institution, have transferred from two-year schools, and you already got a degree up on your belt, is going to be a little bit easier finding a job. And a definite tip, an insider tip that I would definitely tell you is, if you're at a college and you're there for the summer semester, or at the very least, maybe register for one class online or anything, or just still around in your area, definitely look at work study, because a lot of times, the majority of college students take all the summer off. So around the summertime, it's a peak time that a lot of good work study jobs come available and come open. But that's number one tip I would just say, is just apply for multiple jobs. Apply if you're in college, apply for the work study, but also apply for other jobs, and hopefully sooner or later, you pray to the good Lord and continue down the right path. Something shall open up at high school. Is continue to hustle and work, and that's when you develop the entrepreneur mindset right then and there as well. Okay, I can do this, I can do that, make my own T-shirts. Everybody's on social media now. You can figure out ways to do stuff. But definitely, like I said again, just definitely keep applying for jobs. Two, the application, make sure it's A1. Make sure there's no misspelling or no incorrect things on the job application. Make sure that it looks well, is organized, and is detailed. And then a lot of times you say, well, man, I got no work experience. That's where volunteering comes in. I would even tell to my young high schoolers, even some of my college students, even some of my brothers right now who maybe 25, 30 cannot get a job. Don't just sit back. Definitely. That's, how can I say? I don't want to say like we sitting back like we doing that. I'm saying definitely still hustle and be an entrepreneur. But if you need that work experience, or need some kind of thing to pass the time for them, something, a major gap between jobs and jobs, definitely go volunteer somewhere, whether that be an organization, whether that be for NAACP, whether that be for your local fire department, whether it be for your local library. Volunteer sometimes somewhere, so that definitely may not have that work experience, but you have volunteer experience and some work-based activities on your resume if there's a long gap between the thing. That's just a tip that I learned that actually proved to be very worth the time and the effort that it took me to learn that. So anyway, going back to that, yeah. So I guess tip number three would be, after you've done your application, make sure no misspelled words, proofread it. Make sure that you're doing volunteer hours, and make sure that it's organized and it reads in a way that even if you do have any gaps between jobs, or maybe this is your first ever job, people can at least get the feel for what type of person you are. So there are plenty of job templates on there. You just Google how to create a job resume, and something should come up. And speaking of local libraries, I know a lot of programs do hire that. I do have that application building class or course or whatever at your local library sometime. But I digress. So I guess I would say after that, come to the interview dressed nice. Don't roll up on the interview with no tennis shoes on. Don't roll up on the interview with no sandals, flip flops, anything like that. Anything that requires you to wear white socks or probably no socks at all is probably something that you do not need to be wearing to an interview. Number one thing I would say with an interview is come dressed sharp. You see how I'm dressed right now. This is the kind of thing that you need to be wearing, particularly if you're in college and you're trying to get a job. Let's say you're trying to get a job at your school doing work study, or you're trying to get a regular job, whatever it may be. To some of my youngsters in high school, or even those in college who are getting a job and the place may not be so suited and booted, still put on a pair of jeans, a pair of church shoes, or I said that requires no white socks or socks. At least put on a pair of loafers or something. I know everybody like to wear the loafers. I do wear them nowadays, and a button up. Not my very last job, but the job that I got before that. That's why I wore it wasn't a suited and booted place, but at the same time, I still want to look professional and clean and let them know where I stand as a man and as a black man. So I came inside the press khakis, nice blue and white striped button up, and a nice pair of brown shoes with a nice watch to go on. And I paid $10 for the watch, so it's not no such thing as I got to go buy a Rolex. No, just get you a nice looking watch, and they're all around, all everywhere. So just definitely go there and dress well. That's the number one thing that people see when you walking through the door is how you dress. It may be a situation where your pockets are a little tight and you can't afford to go get a haircut every 2 weeks. I definitely again go invest in a trimmer or something, or even if it is for the time being, because sometimes we just have to make it happen for the time being. If you can get a razor, whatever, as long as your face is clean or lined up properly, or if you know how to do it like that, or trimmed enough. Make sure you wear a do rag the night before. Make sure your hair laid down. Even if you actually in your pocket maybe a little tight, you can't afford to go pay $30 to go get a haircut the night before. Especially you're trying to get a job. Definitely just handle what you do. Have your interview outfit ready. See, unlike a job where you're actually working every single day, if you got to have one outfit that you entail to interviews, that's what it is. And it could be your church outfit. Everybody got one pair. Hopefully, for the most part, everybody got one pair of jeans at least that fit very well. At least got one pair of dress shoes and one button up, and one button up and a tie or whatever. You ain't gotta be perfect. It ain't gotta be $100. I think for this whole shirt, tie, and jacket, it's less than $10. So y'all already know how I dress. Y'all know I don't play. So you understand where I'm coming from. So I didn't pay $1 million for this. I paid $10 for this. I look just as good as, if not better than, the majority of a lot of people who are walking down the street. And that's no disrespect. That's just me being honest. For people paying $500 for one shirt, I see that as foolish. That's gas and that's food. But anyway, if you got it, you got it. But definitely just dress well and make a good impression. Be honest about what you can do, and be honest and tell them, this is a situation where it is. Coming to an interview, I give you an example. I walk in the room, or no, okay, let's say I'm trying to get a job at um, Walmart, and they're like, okay, well, fill out the application online. And 9 times that's what they're going to tell you. So you can sit down at the little computer that they got in Walmart and fill out the application, or you can go home and go online into the library and fill it out. Let's just say, to the good Lord of the grace of God, a week later, somebody calls me from Walmart and be like, hey, we saw your application. We want to come in and give you an interview. As soon as you walk in and say, excuse me, whatever, you may go to the customer service desk or whatever the area that he designates you to go to. I'm here to see Mr. So and so and so and so, Mr. Johnson. As soon as you see Mr. Johnson, hey, how you doing? Give the man a nice firm handshake, or if it's a woman, because there are woman managers 2017, give her a nice handshake. Give them great eye contact. Say, hi, my name is such and such. My name is Michael Jordan, whatever. Maybe you dig what I'm saying. Nice posture, standing up straight, eye contact, nice firm handshake. You continue to walk. You present yourself. Now, as soon as they usually sit down or go to a designated area, they usually have the application already on file. But always bring an extra copy of the application. I always learned that. Always bring an extra copy of the application. Never show up to a job interview at your hand. To get you a nice, clear black folder or a nice folder, whatever, from a dollar store, whatever, and put your application inside there, stapled, pressed, clean, make sure no stains, it's not wrinkled looking out there, and bring it out and sit up there. And it's okay. So Why do you want to work for this company? I like to work for this company because I believe it's not only going to be a great opportunity for myself, but also a great opportunity that I can come in and work hard for your company, your establishment. Then they say, well, what are your character traits? I'm honest. I have integrity. I'm loyal. And then the number one question I always say, well, in this job, what do you think is working that if you're in retail or you're at a grocery store or if it's something that's anything based where you're working around other people, well, what is the number one most important trait that you need to have? Or who is the most important person in all of these? And I would say, oh, the customer is always first because you need to give the customer the opportunity to feel comfortable and to be able to come to you at any time if they need anything. If you're working around people or whatever, you're trying to be a lifeguard or whatever, what's the number one thing? The safety and the happiness of those that I'm guarding, those that I'm, if you're a lifeguard or something. So you see what I'm saying? You to make sure the flow of the conversation is intelligent and you're sounding correct and you're sounding decent and everything is coming off right. And not saying that you're a robot with preconceived things, but they politicians do it all the time. They have runs like mock drafts of interviews, and that's what you need to have. You sit down with a family member, sit down with yourself in the mirror, and you can go on YouTube. The World Wide Web is so big nowadays. You type in how to act in an interview, how to conduct yourself in an interview, a mock interview, mock job interview. Some Google on YouTube. I'm sure there's plenty of videos on there. So again, this is just tips for just I want to make the video as short as possible. But this is just tips for young black males looking for a summer job. Number one, like I said again, uh, uh, um, apply for multiple jobs. There's Monster, there's Indeed, there's so many online based places to apply for. There's so many places to apply online. And if you live close to home or trying to find a job close to home, push come to shove, you can always go out there and ask are there jobs available. Two, the application must be on point. No misspelled words. Make sure the thing is organized. There are plenty of application templates on there. And there are even some, like say again, library. Go to your local library and ask are there any resume building classes or resume things that somebody may be able to help you make it or create a resume. I like say again, dress for success. Come there looking nice. You don't have to pay $1 million for it. Like say I put my outfit together for $10. You can find your shirt. If you go to a thrift store, it shouldn't be no less than $2. You find you. I'm trying to say a tie. You find your shirt. It shouldn't be more than $5. And hopefully you already got the jeans or the slacks and the shoes already. So even if you don't have the rest, you looking at what $7 if you want to say dry cleaning. You're looking at a couple more, but you're looking at less than $10 for something that can help you get a job interview, but just look nice and be conscious of the way you come across. It's have a neat appearance. Like I say again, if you can't afford it, I hate to use razors because we do get razor bumps. But if it's again one of those dire situations where the pocket's a little tight, again thrift stuff available. You can go get your razor, a nice razor, and shaving cream. The razor's probably $3, shaving cream $1. Whatever for $4, you just make sure that your face is shaved or lined up. I say clean shaven. You understand where I'm coming from? Just it looks presentable, and you go on about your business. It would just say just having good posture, standing up straight. Always look a man in the eye anytime you're doing anything. Always shake a firm handshake. Never give a limp handshake. And the rest of it, you just got to pray to the good Lord and just just make sure that you do all the right things that you can. Always have an application that you carry with you on an interview. Always bring a pen, and if you can, bring an extra sheet of paper or something else to write down notes and so forth to actually seem like you're engaged in the conversation. That's about all I can think of for now. Like I said again, if you're in high school and maybe a little difficult, if you don't have any further job experience, definitely go volunteer and definitely just keep applying through a lot of jobs. Sooner or later, something will open up for you. And know that entrepreneurship is still the main mindset and idea. So if you cannot get a job, don't get down, don't get depressed. That just lets you know that I need to work harder to make myself a success any way possible. So that's we're starting t-shirts, as we're doing hats or whatever it may be. Go out there and definitely start trying to build your way up to make a business. A business that you can start with almost next to nothing is affiliate programs. I've seen people got 1,000, 10,000 social media followers. Start doing the Amazon affiliate programs where, people, if they use your code, you get 10 cent or $1 or whatever, and that builds up sooner or later. To all my college students, definitely just continue to hustle and continue to work and continue to pray to the good Lord, get that job experience in, volunteer if you can't get a job, but also definitely look at work study because a lot of students just completely fall off the face of the earth for the summertime, and that opens up a lot of student-based work study positions. So, like I said again, that's all I can really think of right now. But peace and blessing to each and every one of y'all. I'm the Brown Brother. If you have any more ideas or have any more questions about trying to obtain a summer job or just need some advice or whatever, don't hesitate to leave a comment down below. And if it's something I can answer, I definitely will answer that. So peace and blessings. I'm on to the next.